I feel like most of the things that most benefited me in being an autistic new mum were things that I think most people, regardless of their uh, neurotype, would benefit from anyway. Like with the experience in the hospital, the the bad experiences I had, things that probably would have been uncomfortable for most people. It's just for me, they were kind of extreme, extremely uncomfortable and distressing and causing me like ill health. Um, but yeah, I don't know why, but I was just thinking of when when we were in the neonatal intensive care unit and there was a NICU nurse who was not nice to us and just pulled Bub out of my arms without any forewarning and like switched Bub around and said that I needed to try the other boob. And that's why the baby wasn't latching, which wasn't the reason the baby wasn't latching. To just come in and decided that was the problem and seemed frustrated with me and just yanked my baby out of my arms. Like that experience, no one would appreciate that. Um, for me, it triggered a meltdown that was very hard to manage whilst also needing to be available to baby. Um, that and it just I couldn't let go of that experience. I couldn't go back to my room knowing that that lady was looking after my baby, because it had, like, I already don't have much trust for society and people and institutions, and I don't have much trust in general, because my experiences are that I need to be at my best to be accepted and treated well. And it's very hard for me to be appropriate for society and normal, in a normal kind of way. So I don't have much trust. Um, but that experience made the NICU seem to me like it was dangerous. It was a hazard, and I had to go back to my room and leave my baby there, and that was terrifying. But that, yeah, and I couldn't handle it. But thankfully, we were able to get in touch with the Women's Individual Needs Clinic, who got in touch with the manager of the area, and they helped us work through it. But yeah, just not something that I couldn't sleep. Like I was insanely sleep deprived and I could not sleep because I was just sobbing. Because I felt like for me it was a very visceral danger that my baby was in, even though I know that that's not logical and not normal a way to experience that situation. Most people would have just found that uncomfortable or distressing, but not like to the degree where it stops them from functioning. They don't understand, like with that NICU nurse, I was pretty certain that a lot of the reason that she was uncomfortable with us was because I had no capacity to mask by that stage. I wasn't I wasn't engaging with what she was saying. I wasn't responding to her. I wasn't smiling. I wasn't even trying to make eye contact. I couldn't do any of the things that made it seem like I know in normal society I just would have been perceived as like a, a bitch, and I would have been perceived to be disliking her, and it's just and rude and disrespectful and angry and I don't know, all sorts of negative things. But I just did not have the capacity to even try to mask at that time. Like, it was taking all of the capacity that I had to get myself from the maternity ward to the NICU, and then to sit in the NICU and feed the baby, where it was extremely uncomfortable and painful an experience. Like, the NICU is obviously not set up for anyone's comfort. It's, yeah, I think the masking thing really gets in the way of a lot. I feel like if I'm engaging with a health professional at one point and I am heavily masking, I am smiling and trying to make eye contact and trying to really do all the body language, like I'm focusing intently on what you're saying, and what you're saying is so important and valuable to me, and I am really, like, I'm trying to present this with my face and my body, and like, I'm focusing a lot of energy on that, and I miss other things. But then when I don't have the capacity to do all of that, I fear that people think that I am not at all engaged in what they're saying, whereas I'm probably more engaged because I'm just doing it in a way that I can engage better. And yeah, I think people get a bit thrown by that, especially in the medical setting. And I think that's what happened with that NICU nurse. I think she was thrown by the fact that I wasn't doing anything to make it seem like I wasn't doing any of the things. I don't know how to word it. Yeah. Masking is a problem in many ways. Masking for me, I'm kind of buzzing with energy a lot of the time. So I'm trying to hold in what normally comes out as looking like an overexcitable child, where, like, I'll be stimming and I'll be like just excited, or I'll be like super into something and invigorated by a conversation or an idea or something, and I'll be too passionate, or I'll just appear completely withdrawn. And it's not like, it's just like the outward expression is just not an accurate representation of what's going on inside. And it's not acceptable to society most of the time. So I'm always like, I'm trying to like find that balance to present in a way that is more in line with some version of normal that I have in my mind. And my mask is it's a bit all over the place. it's because it's like yeah, it's very hard to manage, especially, and that's part of why unfamiliar environments are so distressing. I don't know which mask to wear.
Yes.
It's like, oh, is this doctor going to be super personable? Is this doctor going to be super professional? Am I going to be like, who is going to be the right kind of persona to put forward to get through this situation as painlessly as possible? It's, yeah. Oh, that's why I hated that the clinic doctors changed every time. That was really bad.